Hello there. In this short video, I'm demonstrating another new feature in the version 7 release of the Perceptive APC development system. This time, I'm going to show you the enhanced DataMask functionality. Now, DataMasks have been used within the software for a long time now as a means of time slicing processed data. Among the latest enhancements is that better integration of masks and trends, which I'll show you now. For example data, I've taken batch penicillin production data, and let's say I wish to consider 3 phases within the batch based on the substrate feed rate and the penicillin concentration. So let's trend those two now, penicillin concentration and substrate feed rate. Now we can cycle through each batch of our data using a trend like so. In order to define the first phase, we select the DataMask tool and define the first data mask using the configuration tool. Let's add a descriptor first. Now we'll right click and use the condition configuration tool to define our mask. This is done by selecting the first signal that we're interested in, which is the substrate feed rate. And we'll say that that has to be equal to 0 for the mask to be true. We'll select OK, and now we'll evaluate that mask. And you can see that it's regarded 23% of the data as being within that phase. Now the addition that we can add is if we select the Shade on Trends button and pick a nice color for our trending, when we refresh our trend, you can see that the phase is nicely defined for each batch. Now, by way of example, I'm going to somewhat arbitrarily define the second phase as being after the first phase, but before the penicillin concentration exceeds 0.5. So to do this, I will again enter a descriptor for the phase. And this time in my condition configuration, I'm going to add 2 rules. The first one is that my substrate feed rate this time has to be greater than 0. And then I'm going to combine it with a second rule using the AND operator. Select the penicillin concentration this time, and this time say that that has to be less than 0.5. So we'll apply that rule. You can see it's been written into the condition statement there. We'll evaluate it. And now we'll set a nice color again. This time we'll go for a bright cherry yellow color. And when we refresh the trend, you can see again the trend has been colored according to the phase that we've defined. Our last phase is simply defined as when the penicillin concentration is greater than 0.5. So this time we'll use the ability to type directly into the configuration statement as another way of entering information. So this time I can type straight in with the signal ID being greater than or equal to 0.5. And again, we'll add a description. When we evaluate that, you will see that that accounts for the rest of the data. We'll give that a nice cherry pink color. And when we refresh that, you can see that the whole batch is now defined by the 3 phases. and that's consistent over all of the phases. So I hope that demonstrates that the use of data masking combined with trends is a really powerful way of visualizing process data. For more information about perceptive engineering, please visit us at www.perceptiveapc.com or follow us on Twitter at perceptiveapc.